Top 5.
What?
I'm telling you. Alright. Geek Club. Did you read Geek Club, Tom?
Read what, Len?
Geek Club. That book. Yeah, I told you about
the broad, bro.
The Benuskis.
I went and got it. Yeah.
Catherine Dunn.
Real good book.
And Arturo.
Good book.
With the religion. How about his
They
religion?
found their own religion.
Where do you read this fucking religion?
Well, it sounds like something Santorum could support, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Santorum said fucking for pleasure.
No.
That's the
What he
Catholic.
said.
Come on, the Catholic.
Yeah.
For years.
This fucking lunatic.
Right.
And no condoms.
Who could dispute that? You got all these old white guys that are regulating what women do.
That's right.
I had just had a woman.
You see him at the table yesterday, the witnesses, the fat motherfuckers? Did you see him in Congress?
I could watch. I just had a woman, 62 years old, call me. She said, I'm so sick of these Catholics. What are these guys talking about women for? They're all hypocrites. And I said, well, you know, they're looking for ultimate. So they don't care about you.
They do fuck, right? I heard.
Well, I don't want to go too far.
I mean, I knew a guy that when I was working for the town of Stratford, I was 16 years old. His wife wouldn't let him fuck her on Sunday.
Really? Well, that was a movie. Never on Sunday, wasn't it?
None of this.
That was a movie. Never on Sunday.
That was the guy. Sunday, one Sunday.
Oh, no. No, that was when she was young. That was young. Yeah. That was when she was young.
Warm up. Yeah, so that's, here's a guy like Rick Santorum running for president of the United States. Says that fucking for pleasure is out. Not supposed to do that, only the procreation. Well, the priests were good with that because fucking altar boys, you can't have babies, doesn't work. They didn't have to wear a condom.
That's what they said.
Well, they didn't have to wear a condom then.
No, they didn't.
No, and they got AIDS.
But hey, but that's all right.
Come on, AIDS is not
That was
the same.
all in the family, as they say.
Out of their fucking mind. Can you imagine? Running for president of the United States.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about big government. They don't like big government. How fucking big is that government? Tell you who the fucking went. And how. And how. A lot of rhythm babies out there, Tommy, in the old days.
Here's the deal with Catholics. They give a fuck about you from conception to birth. After that, fuck you. And your mother.
They're just talking. They don't really give a fuck.
No, I know they do. I know they do. But that's good. They don't even think about you after you're born. You want to go to jail, kid? No problem.
Listen, I've been looking to vote for a man of God. I've been, you know, finally, here he comes with the vet and the sweater vet.
Yeah, you should. In fact, Larry's going to be watching tomorrow when they elevate those 22 cardinals. He's having a special brunch.
Well, I got a special guy over there, you know, looking at Doyle and Doyle, right? Dolan's Corner, the old gym.
That's the guy, downtown Middle Street.
Might be him.
It's him.
Fucking cocksuckers.
All right, guys. I'll see you. I gotta get out of here. I'm done.
Stick around.
I'm done. I gotta go for a swim.
Good to see you.
All right?
Come in more often.
Yeah, I try. When do you guys up here Mondays? Mondays and Fridays.
Friday.
All right, I'll come.
This is a healthy atmosphere for you.
I know.
Heat love.
All right. All right.
All right, now. Rick Santorum, he had no fucking problem, Tommy, supporting the war. In Iraq, a good Catholic would support any war, right? He was a big supporter of Bush.
Well, he should be.
And the Iraq war.
You know, Mortimer Bush was a brilliant man. He really straightened us out. Mortimer, yeah. Mortimer Bush. A great man. Great president. You know what he's doing nowadays? You know what Bush does now on an almost daily basis? He goes to a mall north of Dallas and he challenges people, like young kids, to play video games. He wants to play Miss Pac-Man. There's some other one, Super Kong, I think. And he plays people, and if he loses, he goes, that game sucks anyway. And then, here's the other thing. And George nailed it. He said he's unresolved alcoholic. He takes men, he'll come up to men, and he'll say, hey, you want to get a picture of me? by the bathroom. So the security guards had to warn him about this, and they said, look, this don't look good.
Did he have a certain foot tap like the other guy?
Well, the Larry Craig, he was doing it
with the wide stance.
Wide stance. Looked like Albert Pujols. Fucking degenerate. Man, I'll tell you.
You know, it's a good thing I closed that fucking Twitter account, because you see what they're doing, the fucking Homeland Security.
I told you.
Sure you did. And I closed it. I never reopened it.
Oh, forget that.
Nothing. You know that day, they're fucking, if you're tweeting stuff, you know, Homeland Security's, they got keywords that they're looking for. If you say the keywords, yeah? Remember keywords, Dave? They're right on them now. They open the file on you immediately.
And well, they should.
Yeah. How about that, Tommy? And on Facebook, too.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Facebook, that guy Julian Assange, the WikiLeaks guy, he said Facebook was the biggest spy operation in the history of the world.
Right.
They know everything about you. You have a profile in them, they know everything about you. And every time you go on it, they record more. Their algorithms get more sophisticated.
That's right.
They do.
Yeah.
So they can cue in, like let's say you're into bondage.
Yeah.
They know every site you visited.
That's right.
They know everything you did.
That's right.
And then you're sitting there, and what's going to happen? They'll say, oh, we didn't know this, but the Bureau tapped into our files. And the next thing you know, they'll be doing a perp walk.
That's right.
You know? So I told you.
Yeah, I had a Twitter account, I just stopped. You can't. You know, you can't.
I won't do it.
You were better off yelling in the old days in the bar room.
Well,
but
you're better off going to a brothel. At least no Catholics will be there.
I'll tell you what, you're not going to change the fucking program. You're not going to fuck with the Army.
Program's all set.
This program's off. How come?
I don't know. There's something going on with his Comedy Central. They can't work. I hope it's not that he offended somebody.
Could be over money, right?
Yeah, I hope it's just that, rather than, you know, philosophical thing, because they'll whack him out.
Yeah.
Even though he is popular. You know what the problem is, Dave?
He's a lot better than the other guy.
Well, the smartest news guys we have in America are Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert. You don't get real information from anybody else.
Tommy, you know, he's a lot better than the other guy.
Oh, he's a smart guy.
Yeah, but he's not a Jew, though. He's Irish.
Oh, well, that's why I don't go along with him 100%.
He's a Catholic.
He's a practicing Catholic.
A Catholic.
You would never believe that.
Yeah.
That any intelligent person could be.
Let's go.
What a horrible thing to say.
You all right, Dave? So far, so good?
Christ.
I saw my president today.
Okay.
At Everett, Washington, at the Boeing plant.
Oh, okay.
Made a beautiful speech. Okay. He said, American workers, he said, we can compete with anybody. He said, we may not be able to make it as cheap or as fast as another country, but we'll make it better, he said.
How about GM, the highest profits they ever had?
He said,
they shouldn't have given that money to that bailout.
Shut him off.
Knock him out.
Romney said,
knock him out.
Get rid of these motherfuckers. Let's go in there and rob that money.
Yep.
He said, American workers, our president said today, we'll compete with anybody. Our workers are the best workers. We'll make it better, and that's how come people are going to come to us, because our stuff will be better. He said,
you know what our key advantage is?
In the meantime, Boeing's opening up a job in a company in Georgia, right to work state.
Yeah, they are. That's why they're doing it. Big, I think it's South Carolina.
Georgia.
Big deal. Is it Georgia?
Yeah, 1,400 workers.
All right. I know they had a big deal about the union was trying to stop them from going to South Carolina because they wanted the right to work state.
This said Georgia.
Christ.
They're going to get it.
I'll tell you what, they will get it.
They're doing it. They announced it.
They will get it. Yeah, it's too bad. But, hey, listen, they're lucky. I got it, Larry, no problem. If they're lucky, they got a job. Who they kidding?
But I'll tell you what, they're not going to beat Obama. There's no fucking way, Tommy. There's no way.
That cartoon show they got?
No way.
Fucking deranged.
And if you hear him campaign,
oh, he's a good campaigner.
he said, hey, let's reform the tax code right now. He said, why wait? Yes, he said, our companies are paying higher than other companies overseas. He said, let's fix it. He just said, put a new tax bill on my desk, I'll sign it.
You know, he backed them off that payroll.
Yeah,
he did.
Right in.
They caved on that.
Yeah, but they got something coming. So the fuck. Well, airways.
Oh, well.
You know what I mean?
After all, somebody's got to get something there.
Yeah. But they did cave in.
Free, yeah, they did. They wouldn't have caved last year.
No, 6 months ago.
That wouldn't have happened.
So here we are.
It's worth $20 a roll to the average sucker in America. And we need that $20. The suckers, I mean, we need that $20.
What is it now? The House and the Senate, they're worried about, I mean, the Republicans will be over the whole fucking thing.
Of course, yeah. Especially the House, where budget bills originate.
Yeah, but they see that.
That's where they come from.
And if the Democrats get back in charge of the committees, those Republicans will never see the light of day.
And they shouldn't.
No.
Republican Party is no longer a political party.
I don't know what it is.
No, but here's what it is. It's a lobbying association for the top 1%. And then they throw in political shit for the nativists, for the anti-immigrationists, and for the religious crackpots. That's what they do.
Yeah, because that gives them
They're not a political party. They're not looking
to
represent anything but the 1%'s interest in the Congress. That's what the fuck they do.
I think they get swept out this time. I really do. No, I do. I could see the handwriting on the wall. I predicted today, February 17th.
You got
they
that?
lose the House.
You got that?
They lost the Senate. It's on tape.
Don't get this guy started.
It's on tape, Tommy. On the 17th of February 2012, I'm telling you, they sweep everything. These guys are finished. The American people are stupid, but they're not dumb. Yeah, they are, but
they are dumb.
But still, are they this dumb?
Maybe not. We'll find out. They'll have a chance. They'll have a chance to prove themselves. We'll
they want to fly the flag, half-staff in New Jersey, that fat fuck, for Whitney, whatever the fuck her name is, who was fucking dead from an overdose of drugs. They ruined her life with drugs.
Was that the cause of death? Did they come out with anything?
They said that they found a lot of alcohol, a lot of prescriptions. If she drowned in the bathtub, she might have passed out, Tom, you know. They didn't say she drowned, you know, but she
I heard the Russian judge only gave her a 6.5 on the flip into the bathtub.
That's right.
So I don't know what the fuck that was all
you
about.
See how fucking dumb?
It's rank discrimination.
Here's a fat cocksucker wants to veto the gay marriage bill.
Yeah.
And he flew the flag to half-mast. Hey, she's born in New Jersey.
Why not?
A lot of fucking people.
She was a gospel singer.
Fly the fucking flag at half. You fat cocksucker. You fat motherfucker. You should eat a bowl of fucking gnocchi.
Well, he ain't getting any of my capital.
That cocksucker.
And I told Erica, I said, you know, the way you pronounce that, the Italian is Cavatelli. Right?
Cavatelli.
Okay.
Cavatelli, they say Cavatelli in English. My mother would say Cavatelli.
Yeah. I tried to tell her that. I said, don't embarrass me at some joint asking for Cavatelli.
You say Cavatelli?
Yeah. Then they know you're not.
Cavatelli my fucking
Yeah, you're not part of the real conditions. That's like a code word. Oh, man.
Ow! This fucking thing's heavy.
You all right?
This is a murderous.
No, I don't even
with 3
You
plates.
notice I'm not over there.
No, I'm serious.
No.
That's a
My masochistic days are over.
It's a killer.
Almost. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just did this. Yeah, pull this off.
Much different, right?
Oh, still heavy.
Yeah. But night and day compared to that.
I don't have it.
What'd you eat today?
I ate Italian sausage.
Oh yeah,
I wanted to eat red meat, but we left it at the fucking store.
You left the meat at the store?
That's right.
You weren't with that Deborah woman again, were you? you?
No.
Oh, good.
Those are my trainers.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right, the Italian sauces. Pepper.
Some guy went into ShopRite the other day, and he's talking to the butcher and his assistant happened to be a woman. And I saw this happen. I couldn't believe it. The woman came out and she's feeling the guy up, saying, "You must be a weightlifter or something." And then the woman started rubbing herself on the guy. And the guy said to her, "The next time I come here, I want you to rub those tits against me." Oh! You can't make this shit up.
No, you can't.
You can't make it up. The woman is ready to go. And the guy had the temerity to say to her, "You know, I can still deliver." And she said, "Oh yeah?"
That's right.
Whoa.
I told her, read my poem, The World's Greatest Pharmaceutical. There's a reason I wrote that. It's biblical stuff, Tom.
It is, almost, yeah. Well, it's a good thing. Beautiful stuff. It's a good thing. Jesus, it's light out still.
So Obama,
Wow.
anyway, he said today that the American workers could compete. He's going in these factories, Tommy. He's standing up there with the workers. And I kept tweeting him, and he must have listened to my tweets, because I kept saying to him, my president, I was tweeting him, I said, stay with the American working men and women. You're going to win re-election. Just keep talking to them. I kept saying that to him every day.
Good.
You know? My president, I said.
Yeah.
I'm using those words, the Latin American term. You know, my president.
Yeah, the homeland needs.
Well, you know, you can't say one thing. I knew better than that.
Yeah.
I didn't even criticize anybody. You can't.
I wouldn't.
I shut it down.
I wouldn't.
I mean, I'm gone.
I wouldn't be saying anything about
I'm
anything.
gone.
Man.
You look for me on Twitter, they ain't finding me. I'm out of there.
Well, that's good. Glad
I never reopened it. And that's hard for a fucking guy like me who wants to run his mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you like to rub it in.
I was at that deposition yesterday. I got deposed.
Did they depose you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No problem.
All right.
I killed him.
Good. Good.
He said, that plumber, you could catch him in bed with your fucking wife, I said. And he was
saying
lying.
that happened.
That's right. He's lying. I said, but here's what I got him. I said, listen, I want this on the record, I said. I could be a little lawyer. I said, I want this on the record, I said. If Jeff, the plumber, didn't tell me that Matthew forgot to put that clamp on that hose, I wouldn't be sitting here now. Because I had coverage. I didn't need to blame him. He blurted it out in a panic. He told the truth maybe the first time in his life. Okay? That's what happened, I said.
Hey, listen. It's known as hoist on your own petard.
That's right.
That's what it says that way. That's what it
That's
means.
exactly what happened.
Louis.
Then he said,
I feel good. I feel good.
You look
because
your life has changed lately, that's
well, it has changed.
Why?
Through the miracle of pharmacology.
He went through the looking glass. Right through. All right, Tommy. Big fucking win.
No problem.
Yeah, I'll go on this one.
No problem.
So, Louis, come on.
Right from here. You'll see the difference.
Up here.
Yeah, right from there.
I saw that kid do that. You know the kid that's real lean and tall black
Right.
kid. It's harder.
Right.
Much harder. Because I see him doing 4 plates. With, you know the black kid that's really well built?
Yeah.
He grabs
He's
the
a
weight.
strong kid. Oh, yeah, he does. I can't do that. He does.
Very hard.
He's a strong kid.
Oh, he is.
He really is.
I say, in terms of like overall build,
Yeah, he's got it.
that kid's got a great
Yeah,
build.
he does. Yeah, but he's got strength with
He's
it.
lean. Yeah, and he's strong too.
Yeah, he's got strength with it.
And he trains hard. It's between him and Stanley for the young man of the year.
But he's stronger than Stan.
He is strong. Yeah, he is. But Stan's my man.
Dan's a good kid.
Can't go against my man.
Louis, both. Good work
Oh,
ethic.
Louis. Yeah, Louis the bull.
All right.
Louis the Albert Pujols of the weight room. Oh, he could rent space on his back now.
That goes to YouTube? That video?
Yeah. It's gonna go to YouTube. Yeah, Dave's the man.
Goes on YouTube.
Dave does that.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Louis, you're in there now, Lou.
Yeah, you're on camera right now.
Tommy! Yeah. What's going on?
Straight.
You tell me everything is good.
Gotta get serious now.
It's Lent. Is it Lent yet? No. Next week? Lent, Tommy. That's Wednesday.
Well, I expect to see you with the black dot. I won't participate this year, but it's all right. That's all right.
Dirty deeds done dirt cheap up until Ash Wednesday. There you go.
Fat Tuesday can still go off,
Okay.
but then you got to pay the price by Wednesday. Well, I'm converting to Judaism, so I'm out of the picture right now. I want one of those little caps to wear around New York. I'll really get some action.
We're looking good now, Dave. We're very strong.
Yeah, I got stronger on this.
Yeah.
I did. I could feel the difference. Well, it's all good.
How the fuck do these Republicans think that they can fucking get into the birth control argument with the American woman and tell them this is fucking 2012, isn't it? I mean, what are they talking about? What?
They're talking about anything they think will get them a round of applause. That's what they're doing. I mean, they're talking about letting guys die in the hospital. What? They got a round of applause.
You know the wise guys say, keep the nut. Oh, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, good.
Good. Strong set. Yeah,
Keep the fucking nut down.
Okay, yeah, well.
Guy, did you see the Connecticut Post today?
Yeah.
98-year-old.
He's evicting his mother.
Yeah.
A guy in Fairfield, the woman's
For her own good.
Well, obviously.
Man,
Don't they always say that?
it's only for mom's old.
What did they tell Joan of Arc? We're only torturing you.
So, to show you the truth.
Exactly.
The truth, Joan.
It's the classic
This guy's
story.
evicting
I'm
his-
not really gonna kill you. However, if you die in the course of this operation, it's only to save your soul.
Told his brother mom's living too long.
Yep.
Mom is living too long. That bitch. All right? She was no fucking good years ago. How about that?
I'll tell you, he's gonna be a popular guy in Fairfield. I want to see this guy when he goes to Stop and Shop.
I mean, you could trust this guy because there was a trust and then he changed it.
Why not? He only changed it to her benefit.
Oh,
Strictly.
He said, bring her to my house to live. Yeah, and he fucking put the gag on her, the pillow. Mom has lived too long.
In No Country for Old Men, the sheriff's reading the paper to his deputy, and he says, well, it says here that old people were being killed in a house in Los Angeles, and nobody ever knew about it until a naked man ran out of the yard with a dog collar and a leash on. And he goes, you can't make up such a thing. And it's true.
Yeah.
And it's a real case, Dave. They were actually bilking people out of their Social Security, taking them in, taking their money, and then killing them and burying them in the backyard.
That's right.
Oh,
Well, it was easier.
well, it's a good garden fertilizer, isn't it?
You ready?
Wait a minute.
Yeah. That's right.
Yep.
So I was talking about that with the insurance lawyer, you know, about what people will and won't do for money. And he, of course, agreed that, you know, he's a guy fighting over money all the time.
Every day.
Yeah, so he says, no, I haven't seen it, he said, what they won't do.
No. Guy killed his wife on a dive 11 days into their marriage. Took her down on the dive, cut her regulator off, took her back up, turned the regulator on. $211,000 insurance
Killed him
payment.
for that.
And a beautiful girl, too.
I mean, beautiful. They,
Beautiful
he
girl.
should be executed just because she was a 26-year-old beautiful woman who's not going to be able to fucking suck anymore.
Never
Just
again.
for that alone.
Never again.
That's a capital crime time.
It is.
You take a woman like that out of existence?
Yeah.
That fucking cocksucker.
And they wouldn't have even discovered it, but somebody with the omnipresent camera saw a picture of him standing over her on the beach. They recorded it and they sent this to the police. Now the police are all over him. So.
You mean they took a picture of her on the bottom?
Yeah.
And he was standing down there over her on the bottom?
I guess he was hovering above her or something like that.
He went to the top and she didn't. He said, well, I had to save myself.
Yeah, equipment
He
failed.
put her in a bear hug. Shut her air off, put her in a bear hug until the fucking air ran out. She died, and he let her go down.
Yep.
After he turned the air back on.
Yeah, so it looks like no equipment malfunction. So who knows what happened down there?
They can tell
Good
those
stuff.
They do the autopsy, they see there's no, what would they see? No
Well,
water
there's
in
something
the
in
lungs?
terms of the oxygen level in the blood, and probably, yeah, there's no water in the thing. And then I guess you could measure how much of the air was used, you know, because there's so much in that tank, and then there's going to be so much left. And
What is he, for $211,000 he does this fucking thing?
That's big money in America now, you know?
Well, it is, you know, I'll tell you what was the difference, you know. I was in the bank doing some work on one of my accounts, so I see Celeste debited the account for $4,000 to do something. So I said to the woman in the bank, I wasn't sure then, I said, there's a $4,000 charge here. I said, you know, that's pretty important. She said, $4,000?
It's a lifetime of
You know,
savings.
yeah, she said, that's big money. The manager of the bank said.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It
Now,
is.
Celeste doesn't, she's not thinking in those terms of that big money.
Right.
Okay? It is. But that's when you realize, just like these weights, you understand? You say,
Oh, that's heavy.
well, like Romney said, he said, I'm only doing speeches. He said, not very much, I'm making like $365. And to him,
That's
a guy
not very
that's
much.
getting 20-something million
Yeah.
and has made hundreds of millions,
Yep.
it's not very much money.
He
It's
came
all
up
relative.
with a gig. He gave his kids $100 million tax-free.
Yeah, there's a tax loophole just for hedge funds. It's just for hedge funds.
Yep.
It's called continue.
Conversion something.
No, it's but it's deferred or continued interest or some fucking thing.
Yeah, like a carryover.
That's what it
Yeah.
is. And they don't pay.
Yep. Well,
don't
why
pay.
should they?
But
They're job creators.
there's the blessed, the blessed,
You can't say anything against
the blessed
job
rich.
creators. If they don't earn, Larry, we don't either.
They're the job creators in fucking China. They
Nice.
said that.
Good set.
They said that Apple has raised the wages in China 15 to 25%. I saw it today.
Wow.
Well, that's okay, but you know, if you're making $1 an hour, you're
Right,
getting
it's not that much.
$1.15 now.
Not that
25% sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it does.
25% of what? 25% of zero, isn't it?
Well, it might get to the point where they might hire an American worker someday.
I think it's starting to happen now, Tom.
In the distant future.
You know that?
Yeah.
I think it's starting to happen now.
It might, you know.
They make that, you know, by the time you ship everything and all that,
Shipping.
well, Obama said, here's what he was doing
Yeah,
today.
the energy cost.
Here's what he was doing today. No, here's Obama. Hey, our workers, you know, if you level the playing field, they'll compete with anybody. He said, so let's level the field, he said. Let's not give companies tax breaks for shipping jobs overseas. Let's give tax breaks to the ones that keep them here. You know,
What up?
no, forget it. He's on the populist message now. He's going to do the FDR stuff. Okay?
Good.
He listened to my tweets. Mr. President, my president, I said, stay with the American working men and women.
He's had all backdrops of workers now. When he goes in front of the camera, the payroll, tax
And that's
cut
where he's
extension,
staying. And that's where he's staying.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if there's one thing Barack Obama ain't, it's dope. And neither that Axelrod and that fool, those guys.
Smart guy.
They beat the Clintons, Tommy.
No, they're smart guys.
They beat the Clintons.
Yeah, when they were supposed to sweep. Who had more experience than them?
Hillary was another one that was the anointed.
She was.
Yeah.
She was.
And on the way to Damascus, she met Obama, who fell off his horse, saw Jesus.
And he saw, he